Hey guys, this is Nick and welcome to this Patreon exclusive vlog. And in this one I'd like to talk about minimalism and Linux and how Linux is kind of the quintessential minimalist OS. So as you might know, I think of myself as a minimalist guy. I try to bring minimalism into everything I do, whether it's the channel where I try to keep my videos concise and short, or whether it's on my work life where I try to be precise, prioritize and avoid distractions. I try to accumulate as little possessions as possible, and anything that doesn't serve a purpose or doesn't bring me joy gets shown out the door. And I necessarily never splurge on anything, except maybe when I have a few too many beers and the Amazon tab is open on my computer. But most of the time I try to be very reasonable and very intentional with what I do. I own a very small flat, which is a 45 square meters apartment, and I'm going to move into a bigger one just to have more space for the Linux channel. And I own a very small car and very cheap car, which lets me go from point A to point B as well as any bigger or more expensive sedan. And when I travel, I try to bring less stuff with me because I know I won't need as many things as I used to. And as per digital life, Linux is the quintessential minimalist OS. It can be as bare bones as you like or as fully packed as you want. You get to choose what you install or what you don't, what you remove, what you keep. And you have to make the conscious choice to intentionally install it and use it in most cases. Its interface can be very minimalistic, like GNOME or Elementary OS, or it can be very fully packed full of options like, for example, KDE, or even, on a smaller degree, Cinnamon. And so with Linux, you have to intentionally pick what you want to use. First, you have to start wanting to use Linux, because in most cases it doesn't come pre-installed on any computer. Most computers come with Windows, and most people don't even think about it. They're going to buy the computer, boot it up, and use whatever has been installed on it by the manufacturer and by Microsoft. And they're not even going to think about what their other options are, and that's fine. But for us Linux users, we made a conscious decision to pick Linux, to download the distro, to put it on a USB drive, to plug it into the computer, reboot it, install it, and start fresh. And this is more important than you think. Not only does it make it a conscious act, you decided to pick Linux, but it also means that it's your choice. Nobody chose that for you. Nobody chose for you to use a specific OS or chose how it should be configured or how it should be used. You decided which OS you wanted to use, which desktop environment, and how it would look like. So these steps make Linux a very intentional minimalistic OS. But then there is more. There's the stuff that you decided to compile. If you ever compiled a program, you know that it's a choice, it's a will. You had to pick the libraries you had to install to compile it, you had to download the source code, compile it, run it, see if it worked. It's a conscious choice. Then there is the software distribution method. Did you grab the software from the repos? Did you grab from Flatpak, Snaps? Every single one of them comes with their own advantages and drawbacks, and you decided which one you wanted to use for your specific use case. And then there's the customization. You can decide to change the default applications, the file managers, the web browsers. You can decide to change the theme, how you want your icons, your desktop to look like, your wallpaper, but other OSs can do that as well. And that makes you in control. That gives you the choice. And that means that all these are your choices, whether you made them consciously, thinking that you decided to do that, or just because you liked the way it looked or worked. It means that it's your choice. And most of these customization options don't even exist on other OSs. On macOS you can't change a theme, and most users will just go by using the default applications. On Windows there are no themes either, and most users will probably not go through the hassle to change the default file manager if that's even possible. So Linux gives you these choices, and even though most of these choices are pre-packed for you in a distro, they are made more visible, more prevalent, and the fact that you already chose to use Linux makes you more aware of the other choices you can make inside your Linux distro. So this means that Linux is a way more intentional and way more tailored OS than anything else on the market. And with that, it gives you a first step into the minimalism digital life. Whether you want to be minimalistic or not, you can use Linux. It doesn't mean that just because you install Linux, you will be turning into a minimalist. If you don't wanna, it's not a problem. Everybody makes their own choices. And it still makes you think about it. Well, that's my hope with this video anyways, to make you think about why we pick Linux. Minimalism and the minimalist digital lifestyle is not why I picked Linux in the first place, but it's becoming an increasingly important reason for me. There's privacy, of course, there's the open source movement, there's security, resource consumption. There's a lot of reasons that I already went over in a specific video that I chose Linux over any other OS. But there is also the fact that it's a gateway for you to start thinking about your choices and about what you want to do, and it's as good a starting point as any. Now I wanted to end this video thanking you guys because, well, you guys are supporting the channel directly, not through watching ads or not by being a sponsor for sponsoring videos. You guys are being supportive directly with your own hard-earned money, and that's very nice of you, and I feel I haven't given you enough back. So I'm going to start being more thorough with these Linux Patreon exclusive vlogs, and I'll start to be a little more punctual with them. And in terms of the channel, the growth is still very good. I'm almost at 32,000 subscribers right now after a year and a half, which is pretty awesome. And I've got some sponsors coming in. You might have seen the Skillshare sponsored video, which some of you guys thought that it was a too long mention. And I agree with you guys. In the next ones, I'll try to keep it shorter. And we still have Linode on board. And there are probably some other exciting stuff that will be coming pretty soon. And now in terms of video topics for the channel, I just wanted to remind you guys that I have made a little form that you can fill in to let me know if there is a specific topic you'd like for me to work on. There's no guarantee I will do it or in which time I will do it, but it's always nice to get your ideas, and if something really clicks with me, I think I'll probably add it to my to-do list. So in the meantime, thank you guys for supporting me, thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one on the main YouTube channel. Bye!